Hey, what's going on, guys? What is up? It's Greg with Live Finish, giving you a quick heads up. Wanted to start something new and kind of introduce you guys to a lot of the equipment that we use in our boot camps and that you may have at your own disposal at home. All right, so this is going to be in conjunction. You got this with all of our take-home workouts, so make sure you're hopping up on that. This is going to be a medicine ball workout. Now, there are a bunch of different kind of medicine balls out there. Demonstrate real quickly some that you guys are all familiar with are jam balls, a type of medicine ball. Now this is a sand-filled jam ball, and it's very squishy, right? And it's very soft, and it doesn't bounce, all right? So it's not going to damage stuff, which is really awesome for those to use those in your own facility, in your own home, in your own personal gym, wherever you're going to be doing that. You can use that outside on the driveway when it's a gorgeous day outside and rocking out, and all your neighbors are like, man, look at that person over there, dude. She is looking good with that medicine ball. Like, whoa, what? All right. Or you got this kind of a medicine ball. Now this is a different kind of a medicine ball. This is going to be a bouncier medicine ball. It's a hard medicine ball, not squishy at all. For that reason, you don't want to use these indoors if you're going to be bouncing them. They're going to be really, really good against cement walls. So you can go to the park, use a cement wall, go into the tennis courts, hit it up right there. Now I just want to demonstrate a couple of great exercises that you can utilize for all of these. And in fact, what I'm going to do is go through a 5-station circuit. Now we're going to be doing IST today, so Integrated Stabilization Training circuit, to pair along with a lot of the exercises that we do in class, right? So first and foremost, I'm going to demonstrate with our hard medicine ball in case you got one of these. Now, of course, you can pick both of these up. Highly recommend performbetter.com. You can find them through our website. Awesome to get all their stuff, and they're currently running specials all the time, right? So medicine ball, what we're going to be starting this off with is what I call a waiter's lunge. And in fact, let's progress from a goblet lunge, and we're going to go for a front lunge, which means we're going to be lunging it out. We're going to choose one leg, lunge that out there like Indiana Jones, right? Lunging it out there on that invisible bridge. We're going to drop that elevator down low, 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 low. We're going to hover right above the ground for 2 seconds. We're going to drive up through the back leg, pop it up and back out with the same leg. Down, 2, 3. And we're going to hover, hover, power it back up. Out, 2, 3. And we're going to hover, hover, and then pop it back up. All right, perfect. So this is going to be a goblet front lunge, which works the back leg. I'll demonstrate it going this way, out, 2, 3, and we're going to hover, hover, drive it up through the back leg, back out, down, 2, 3, hover, hover, and then pop it back up. So I want to demonstrate, you can do, of course, all of our variations with these exercises that you have in your take-home workout. We're going to do one that we don't have. It's a waiter's lunge, great for that balance. All right, so you're going to cup or cradle that ball right in the palm of your hand. Now with a smaller jam ball, it's going to be a little bit easier. We're going to go for a little bit more difficulty. Good straight arm with this one. We're going to elevate that shoulder. We want that scapula up close to those earlobes, chest out, chins up high, opposite arm on top of the hips. Again, lunge it out, good and far like Indiana Jones. Out and then down, 2, 3, and we're going to hover, hover, pop it up through the back leg. All right. All right, so we're going to be like some basketball player going for that layup. Is that a sports term, right? A layup, pop it up, arms up in the air. Good straight arms, hit it. We're going to hold, 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 and power it all the way up. We're going to switch sides so you can see this from this direction. Chest out, chins up high, lunge it out, and then down, 2, 3, hover, hover, power it up, back out. All right, so you can see I'm just barely letting that front foot, we're going to hold, 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 barely let that front foot hit, and then back out in front. So barely underneath the hips. We want that front knee right on top of that front ankle. By all means, really far behind the front toe. Chest out, chins up, drive it up through the back leg. All right, so there's a couple of great progressions for some lunges with your medicine ball. All right. Now, of course, another couple of great exercises you can utilize that we do a lot in the boot camps. I'm going to go for knee push-ups. And we got one hand on top of the medicine ball. The other hand is going to be down on the ground. And you can't really tell too easily, but now my torso is like totally twisted and contorted, which means my core is going to have to work harder in order to keep my body as symmetrical as possible. Additionally, we're going to be working the arm that's going to be on top of the medicine ball. We're going to be hitting that side with a deeper range of motion. So for those of us that when we're traditionally doing a push-up, just a regular knee push-up or a toe push-up, we're bringing it down, we can only get it down to about a partial. What this is going to do, and pop it back up under normal circumstances on this medicine ball, we're going to bring it down, down, down. Now, my right arm, which is like normal, is going to be at that same partial push-up, but now my left arm is a really good deep push-up, or what we would call a full push-up under normal circumstances without the medicine ball. All right, so we're getting a deeper range of motion, and now we're starting to hit muscle fibers and muscle tissue that we don't normally hit with a traditional push-up. So let's go what we're going to be working on next. All right, so position the elbow or the hand right on top of the medicine ball. Now it's also really, really critical. Make sure you're keeping the chest right over that medicine ball. We don't want that medicine ball out in front. We don't want it way out to the side, right? That's not going to be nearly as effective for what we're looking for. We want that medicine ball just outside of our shoulder, just outside of the shoulder, chest out, chins up, high belly buttons, pulling tight with all that plank work we've done. Bring it down low, low, low. We're going to keep that neck neutral. We're going to hold, hold, hold. Power it up. Now it's super critical. You can see that my right arm is still bent. We're not going to take that all the way up. We're just getting a slightly different range of motion that we're working on that right arm. Hold, hold, hold. Pop it back up. All right, so down, slow, 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 slow. We're going to fight it all the way down, keeping that fist or the hand, the palm, right outside of the shoulder, directly underneath the shoulder. Pop it back up. All right. Now slow, 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 slow. Hover, 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 and then power it back up. All right, so some great medicine ball work that we got going on here. Hover, 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 pop it back up. All right, so a couple of great medicine ball exercises. In fact, let's progress with this one. From that one, if you want something really, really, really interesting and really, really difficult, right? A good advanced movement from this medicine ball is going to place both hands on top of the medicine ball. It's going to add a great stability factor, great for the core, great for the shoulders. Now we're going to start this movement with the arms, again, underneath the shoulder. Now this is inside of the shoulder width, right? With both hands on top of that medicine ball, it's going to be an inside shoulder width grip, which is going to work a little bit more of the triceps. And really, like I said, with that instability factor being on top of this ball, we're going to hit that core really, really good. So we're going to bring it down as low as we can. Now this movement should only be done once we mastered the movement prior, the single arm or the single arm on the medicine ball, right? So we've mastered that range of motion. We get deep, full push-ups. We're going to hold it for 2, power it up for 1. All right, now I'm doing this on top of my knees. What we can do to really amp that intensity up, and this is a really, really advanced movement, is both toes up on top of those toes. Again, keep the hands underneath the chest. Bring it down slow, slow, slow. We're going to hover right above it. We want the chest just barely touching it, or about an inch above it. Ideally, an inch or 2 fingers. Down slow, slow, slow. Hover, 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 and power it up. So 2 fingers, imagine taking 2 fingers, sticking it right on top of that medicine ball. That's about where you want your chest to get if we're both hands on top of that. All right? Perfect. All right, so we hit the chest. We hit the back of the legs with our reverse lunges. How we're going to go, we're going to hit up a crate exercise. Now again, this is one you want to do only when you're outside or in the garage, somewhere where you can kind of pound your medicine ball down. All right? Now I'm going to use the bouncy medicine ball because it's great to bring the medicine ball out, back up for this movement. All right. So I'm going to be using the next exercise. We're going to be working on a wood shop. Now we all know our wood shop. We've done it with plenty of dumbbells in the past. We're going to take a good wide staggered stance, toes out at 1 and 11. We're going to start with those arms directly out in front. Sweep it down. We're looking for that medicine ball to move in one continuous diagonal. Sweep it all the way up. Watch that medicine ball. Get a good oblique crunch there at the top. And then again, back down at the bottom. We want to round those shoulders down at the bottom. Crunch, 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 crunch. Watching that medicine ball at all times. Pop it up. And back down. Excellent, very cool. All right, we'll get one more out of this. So there we got abs, we hit up chest, we've hit back of the legs. We're going to go into, let's hit up a plie squat. We're going to hit, again, some more of that stability work. Plie squat, we're going to take a good wide staggered stance, toes out at 1 and 11. So very similar to that wood shot, just a little bit wider. We're going to extend those arms right out in front. Get great belly button work out of this, or the muscles right underneath that belly button. With the plie squat, bring it down slow, 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 slow. We're going to hover right above the ground, good and comfortable for 2. Pop it up for 1. Now I'm looking to keep those arms good and extended the entire time. We're going to hover, 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 hover. Power it all the way up. We're going to squeeze to the back of the legs, bring it back down. 2, 3, hover, hover, power back up. All right, down. 2, 3, and we're going to hover, hover, power back up. Down. 2, 3, and I'm going to hover, hover, and power back up. All right, plie squats. We're going to move into the front of the legs now. Front of the legs, we're going to hit a front of the leg squat, or we're going to hit the front of the legs now. How you doing? We're going to hit the front of the legs. We're going to extend those arms right out in front with our feet directly underneath those hips. Toes are facing forward. We're going to sit back or sit down into a chair, an imaginary chair here. Chest out, chins up high. Remember, with our squat, always looking through at the front, right in front. Hold, hold, hold for 2. You're going to drive through the toes, power it all the way up. Now I'm going to hold those arms right out in front. We did our goblet lunge. You can also regress this movement into a goblet squat. Goblet squat, bring it up right here. Elbows tucked in by our sides and down. 2, 3, hover, hover, drive through those toes. Now goblet squat, great variation of a front squat that overloads the front of the thighs just a hair bit more. Hover, 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 power it up through 2. All right, I'm going to go back into the progression. Extending the arms, hover, 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 drive it up through the toes. Watch that medicine ball at all times. All right, from here, we're going to progress this with a little bit of IST rotation. IST rotation. We're going to squat down, low, 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 low. We're going to hold for 2. Then I'm going to pop it up on one leg, and I'm going to rotate outwards. All right? So I'll demonstrate this in one fluid movement. Bring it down. 2, 3. We're going to hold, hold, drive it up, balance on one leg, twist it outwards, and back down. 2, 3, and then hover, hover, pop it up on one leg, and rotate. Back down. 2, 3, hover, hover, pop it up, and rotate. Great for opening up the hips. Great for the pelvis mobility, or the pelvis and the pelvis mobility. Hold, 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 pop it up, and rotate. So we're alternating sides every time. Keeping that belly button pulled in tight. Medicine ball, getting that core working. We're adding the single leg work, so we're overloading one quad at a time, getting a lot more strength training in, and then finishing it all off with that rotation. So all that pelvic mobility. All right. So we've hit quads, we've hit back of the legs, we've hit abs, we've hit chest. Let's get one more in. Let's see, what can we get with this bad boy? For our IST, we're going to finish it all off with we're going to finish everything off with a hip hinge with our medicine ball. A hip hinge, we're going to move it into an overhead raise. What we're going to do is we're going to start with the medicine ball hanging down by our sides or down in front between our legs or just in front of the hips. Toes facing forward, belly button's pulled in tight. We're going to bend over in the hips, over in the hips, over in the lower back. We're going to round that lower back. We're going to bring that medicine ball down as low to the ground as we can. Now we're getting a great pull in the back of the legs, and we're getting a great pull in the lower back. We're going to initiate this movement, pull the shoulders back, pinch it all the way up, pinch that lower back, and then we're going to sweep those arms all the way up overhead, and then back down. 2, 3, and then we're going down. 2, 3. We're getting a good pull. We're going to hover, 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 and power it all the way up. Hip hinge with the overhead medicine ball raise. Keeping that chest out. Now it's super important when we're standing totally erect, chest is out, chin's up high, you're looking straight ahead. You don't want that chin tucked into your chest. Hover, hover, hover. We're going to power it all the way up, pinch with that lower back, sweep those arms all the way up overhead. So we're not looking to still have that head down. It's going to be natural to, as you are looking down at the ground, to tuck that chin in a little bit tighter. We don't want that. Keep that chin up high, arms overhead, bring it back down. Slow, slow, slow movements. You're going to hit that back. You're going to hit those lats, hit the shoulders, bring it down slow, 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 and then we're going to hover, hover, hover with the medicine ball just above the ground. And you can't tell too easily, but not actually letting the medicine ball rest on the ground, okay? Pick it up just a little bit, hold it, hold it, hold it, power it all the way up, till the medicine ball is directly overhead. And then down, 2, 3, and then down, 2, 3, and we're going to hold, hold. All right, perfect. Excellent. So there's a great 5-station circuit that you can do just with a medicine ball. A couple of great exercises that you can do with this. And in fact, if you want to progress that last one, you can do that hip hinge on a single leg to work on a little bit more balance. But you know exactly how to do that progression. We've done it in class plenty of times. This is Greg, Live Fitness.